Journaling doesn't have to feel like homework. Many of us have been there. You just bought a really cool new journal, filled up the first 5 pages, and then several months go by and your journal has been collecting dust on the bookshelf, unused, since you finished those 5 pages, because journaling started to feel less revelatory and more like homework. If this sounds painfully familiar, you are not alone. The secret to a journaling habit that actually sticks isn't about more self-discipline, it's just about being more intentional and lessening the pressure on yourself. And so I'm gonna share the 3 techniques with you that helped me make journaling something that I looked forward to and not something that stressed me out. Let's be honest, we've all seen it. Those perfectly curated journals and the life-changing revelations that the person showing it off has come to. But that's not what you should be thinking about when you're starting your journaling habit. I've experienced the stress that trying to get a journal like that can cause. You just end up staring at a blank page for a long time. Words are completely gone from your brain. And this is the fault of perfectionism, which is not your friend when it comes to journaling. But when you open that new journal and you think that everything you write needs to be a masterpiece, you're gonna end up quite stuck. I've read Sylvia Plath's journals, so I wish everything I wrote sounded like it came from Sylvia Plath. Absolutely. That's not the case though, and you just have to accept that perfectionism and pressure turns journaling more into a performative experience than a self-reflective one. And that's gonna make it hard to get anything out on the page and anything out of what you do put on the page. It's okay that even on your best day, you're not going to write something that would be written by a world-class author. If you were, you probably wouldn't be watching this video and I wouldn't be making it. Next, add in the blank page anxiety. The sheer openness of the page is extremely intimidating and often it feels like it's just better to push it off and worry about it tomorrow. But tomorrow is, as Annie said, always a day away. And after you've pushed it off for a few days, journaling just becomes another task on your endless to-do list. Then journaling starts to feel more like homework and less like something that you're going to enjoy doing. And as I've been journaling the last 6 months, I've had to accept that it's not where I'm going to be solving all of the world's problems. It's not even where I'm going to be solving all of my own problems. What it is a tool that's there for you to use in whatever way is going to help you the most. Whether that's introspection, relaxing, logging your day. And as someone who has started and given up on journaling truly more times than I can count, I can tell you that what's finally helped me stick with it, it wasn't the best pen, it wasn't an amazing journal, and it wasn't the accessories. It was a simple mindset shift. I had to give myself permission for my journal to be messy. And boy, oh boy, was it. Journaling isn't a performance. It's not something to show off on social media. It's not for your future biographer on the off chance that you end up getting famous. It's a private space for you. Your journal is meant to serve you, not the other way around. Journaling is more like a conversation that you're having with yourself and you get to decide the direction of that conversation. And your journal is just evidence of that process. It's not the product. With this pretty simple perspective shift, journaling stops being something that you can fail at and is just a tool that you can use to improve your day-to-day. But having gotten my journaling practice going in the last 6 months, trust me, I am very aware that this is so much easier said than done. So what are some simple ways that you can use this tool without succumbing to the pressures that you create from the idea you have of journaling? So the key to building a successful journaling habit is making it as easy as possible so that you can do it as consistently as possible. So here are 3 simple techniques that you can try that help me get my consistent journaling practice going. First one is a one-liner, and I have talked about this in some of my other videos, but it's really simple and a great way to get started if you just have no idea. This is as low pressure as it gets, and it's exactly what it sounds like. The only rule is that you write 1 sentence a day. That's it. It can be a highlight about your day, something you're grateful for, a win, a kind thought you had about a friend. That's it. Do this every day for a month, and by the end, you'll have a really nice just log of what you were thinking or feeling every day for the last month. This is where I started. Every day, I would just write down one thing that I was grateful for. And then starting last month, I switched that to where I'm writing down a daily win. Just because with where I am in my life, that seemed like something that would help me more than writing down just something I'm grateful for. But again, this is all about you. Just pick whatever feels right for the moment. And if it doesn't feel right in the next moment, pick something else. The next technique is list making. If the full sentences in the above doesn't sound quite like your style, that's where bullet points come in as a great alternative. Lists are a great way to bypass the pressure of just coming up with a beautiful and profound sentence. You can make any kind of list you want. And I do want to clarify, I'm not talking about bullet journaling because that is like a specific technique. This is just making a list in bullets of honestly whatever you want. This technique can give you some pretty valuable insights into your day and life with very little effort. And the last of the 3 techniques is the most involved, and that is just a 5-minute brain dump. This one is perfect when your mind's feeling cluttered or if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed about something. And it's honestly exactly what it sounds like. Set a timer for 5 minutes and write. And for those 5 minutes, you just want to write whatever you think about without stopping or judging yourself. If you don't know what to write about what you did the day before, write about what you're doing tomorrow, write about your dreams. Just think of something and keep writing. If you want to get a little literary about it, just pretend that you're writing a stream of consciousness story like James Joyce or Virginia Woolf. Don't worry about grammar or logic. The whole point of this is not to write a story, it's just to put your thoughts and ideas, whatever they may be, down on paper. When the timer goes off, put your pen down, you're done. Don't have to finish what you're writing. This technique is great if you really want to start getting your ideas down on paper, but you're really worried about not having enough time. And lack of time has been one of my go-to excuses over the years for journaling, because for whatever reason, every time I would journal, I would sit down for like 45 minutes and write. And it's quite hard to find 45 minutes to write in the average day. But knowing what to journal is only half of the battle. What might be the even bigger half of the battle is figuring out how to stick with the journaling habit. The easiest way to build a consistent habit is to just make it automatic. And that's true whether you're journaling or doing yoga. And one of the most common recommendations for making habits automatic is habit stacking. For example, if you're doing the 5-minute brain dump, try doing that every day as you're having your morning coffee, and it's just going to be way more likely than for you to continue doing it. Because as someone who doesn't like getting up early, I have habit stack journaling with my lunch every day. And all this will be easier if you keep your journal somewhere where you can see it, whether that's a nightstand, a coffee table, your desk, just somewhere where it's in sight. And then my other suggestion is to be kind to yourself. Remember, journaling is about consistency, not about perfection. Yes, it's probably a good idea to set a goal for how many times you want to journal in a week, but if you don't hit that goal, that is completely okay. If you miss a day or even a week, that doesn't mean you've failed. That just means you can get started again. Just pick it up the next time you're able to without any guilt. So you're probably watching this video because you want to start journaling. So my challenge to you is pick one of these techniques and just commit to doing it for a week. That's it. Let me know in the comments below which of these techniques you want to try, or if you have tried any of them before. And if you remember in a week, come back and let me know how that went. Your comment of trying it could be exactly what someone else needs as motivation to try journaling. And remember, as you're doing this, journaling practices can evolve. The main goal is just getting started, and then you can make it an iterative process that works for you as you go. But right now, all that really matters is that you start. Like, actually go try one of these journaling techniques right now. And remember, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be neat. It doesn't have to be insightful. This isn't homework that you have to get done. It's simply a tool that's there for you to use however you want. There are no rules to how you do it. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And if building intentional habits is something you want to explore further, this other video on your screen right now is a great next step.